Hey, good morning. Eric Arnold here I guess we're going to have a dual episode. So right now we're in the sports barn. So you can watch this video, which will be posted on YouTube. And then at the conclusion of this video, I'm going to shoot another video for Rumble, where we can talk like adults, not censored by overeducated twit children that run YouTube. And that video is going to be entitled Cheating. And we're going to talk about cheating. All variations of cheating. I guess what brought me to the topic of cheating was this video I saw on Barstool Sports about cheating in a professional fishing tournament. Cheating's going on all over the place right now, as if it wasn't always, but I kind of get the feeling it's going on more than it used to. That's just a hunch. I have no data to back that up. At any rate, that's going to be the video on Rumble. I'm going to link that video in the description of the Sports Barn video. I don't know if that violates YouTube's... I would hope that wouldn't. Who knows, with these overeducated twit children. They might as well just throw me off altogether. But at any rate, let's get to the Sports Barn video for those that you want us to watch that. We got 7 NFL picks for you. How about that? Everything's happening right now in sports world. Everything. So let's just talk here before we get to the 7 NFL picks. Generally speaking, baseball's coming to a head here. I guess everything's pretty much decided at this point. We're lining up for the playoffs, except one series now. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., it'll be for it all, basically. This will be the most important game of the series for the Mets and the Braves. That division winner is still undecided. That winner of that division will get a bye, which is incredibly important in this new playoff system to get that bye. So basically, the winner of this game in Atlanta gets the bye. It's not guaranteed. There's still 3 games beyond the game Sunday. However, both teams are playing terrible opponents. It's more likely than not that whoever wins this game Sunday night is going to win the division. You got Charlie Morton going for the Braves. Braves are red hot. They've won the first 2 games of the Mets-Braves series. Looking for a sweep. Going right on into the playoffs with the sweep. The Mets trying to hold the fort. They've already lost with their 2 aces. They threw down DeGrom and went, ha! We got Jacob DeGrom. And, of course, happy DeGrom Day. The guy, has a .2 ERA and strikes out 1,000 guys and always loses. And he did with DeGrom type things. He lost. And then they had Scherzer tonight, who, you're thinking, all right, now we got the all-time winner. This mean guy that does nothing but win. And he got beat. So, wow. The Mets, subscriber F must be ready to hang himself. Well, probably not. He's a Met. He's been there. He's done that. He's got his Met credentials. He's used to this. So, Met's going to Met. So who's going to win? The Braves are a -123 favorite with Charlie Morton on the mound against Chris Bassett. Normally, I would probably say the Mets here due to the extreme pitching advantage of Bassett over Morton. Morton stinks. He's just overrated. And Bassett's underrated. So right there, you're catching value. However, the Braves are just red hot. They've been red hot since the 1st of June. They're playing at 110 win pace at the moment. They win. God, they win more than 2 out of 3 games. They're just crushing the competition. They have been since the 1st of June. The Mets haven't been bad. It's just that the Braves don't lose. And I don't know. I'm just having a hard time seeing a winning franchise like the Braves in a chance to significantly increase their chances of winning another World Series, throwing one away against a terrible franchise like the Mets. You know, the only thing the Mets have going for them, really, is a gabillionaire willing to spend a ton of money, and that's about it. The Mets have a bad pedigree as far as a franchise goes. The last time this franchise was any good, you got to go back into the 80s. Yeah, that's about it, you know. So I think you got to take the Braves here. That's my feeling on this incredibly important game. I think you got to take the Braves. What else is going on? Nothing's really happened yet in college football. It's still early and everybody's feeling each other out and positioning for the playoff. It certainly looks like it's going to be the usual suspects. I don't see anybody really crashing the party other than, you know, your usual suspects. Pro football, let's get to that. Now, I've said the pro football is the easiest to handicap. So here, I spent exactly almost no time handicapping these games, but I got 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 7. I feel pretty good. You know, we'll win at least 4 of these. I don't understand this number. This number makes no sense at all to me. The Cowboys are only a 3-point favorite over the Washington, whatever they are, the Commanders. What? I mean, I saw a lot of that Cowboy-Giant game on Monday night. The Cowboys are good. And Prescott, no Prescott, Cooper Rush is fine. He looked fine to me. He didn't look scared. He didn't look like he didn't belong. The Cowboys' defense is just, they're miserable. You know, you don't want to play against those guys. Carson Wentz against that Cowboys defense? Only laying 3 points? What am I missing here? I mean, what am I missing? The Cowboys should be at least a touchdown favorite here. I don't understand this line. It makes no sense to me. I think this is, you know, the Cowboys have a habit of stepping on their dick at home. They are not a great home team. But, gee whiz, Washington's bad. That's a bad team. It's a bad team. It's a bad quarterback. You got to take the Cowboys here. All right, here's a game I like this pretty well. The Eagles versus Jacksonville. Jacksonville's playing really well right now. Had a big win out on the West Coast against San Diego. What are they now? L.A. God, the Chargers. Are there any Charger fans, or is it still the same where they have a stadium full of the other team's fans whenever the Chargers play? I don't know. It doesn't matter. The Jaguars beat the hell out of the Chargers last week. The Jaguars are 2-1, could be 3-0. They lost to Washington by that much. Although that might tell you something right there. Lost to Washington, because who loses to Washington? Nobody. So we think the Jaguars are overrated. We're kind of playing here that the Jaguars are going to bounce in reverse off that big, big win against San Diego. We don't think they're that good. You know, this whole idea that you won, 2 games last year, now suddenly you're good? Nah, we're not buying that. Not buying it. The other factor here is this is the return of Doug Peterson. So Doug Peterson, the conquering hero, is going to come riding into Philadelphia on his white horse, and we're going to cheer him. He is not getting booed. Absolutely not. Anybody that boos Doug Peterson down there should be roundly beaten. Just bam! Boom, boom, boom! Doug Peterson does not get booed. Not in Philadelphia. We should build statues to that guy. So he's going to ride in on his white horse, and we're going to cheer him. But I tell you one guy that ain't going to be cheering him, and that's Nick Sirianni, present head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. Sirianni wants this game. You think Peterson wants this game? Sirianni wants this game more. The Eagles got a game they needed to get last weekend against Carson Wentz. There are a whole bunch of guys on that Eagles team that want to stick it to Carson Wentz. So Sirianni, who doesn't really have an axe to grind with Carson Wentz, said, okay, we'll burn the midnight oil and we'll come up with a real good game plan and we'll beat that jerk. So guys like Fletcher Cox and Jason Kelsey and other leaders on the Philadelphia team who Carson Wentz pretty well screwed over by his dickish behavior, they got to stick it to Carson Wentz. Now, part of the deal is that Nick Sirianni now goes to those same guys and says, okay, I got one for you, one that you wanted. Now, I want this one. I want this one. There's no way in the world I want Doug Peterson coming into my stadium and beating me. You'll never hear the end of it. You'll never hear the end of it. That'll hang over Nick Sirianni forever. Or at least until he plays Peterson again, which could be years. No way Nick Sirianni can lose this game to Doug Peterson. No way. This is a game the Eagles have to have, and I think they'll get it. So I'm going to lay the 6.5. I'd jump on that one before it goes to 7. So, yeah, that's what we're doing there. Browns, Falcons, another line that doesn't make sense to me. The Browns should be undefeated. They should be 3-0. It was only just a complete fluke of a fluke that they lost that game to the Jets. Only a 1-point favorite here against the terrible Falcon team. I think we got to take the Browns here. So we'll take the Browns. The Bills coming off a loss. I'm a believer in the Bills. I'm kind of coming around to that now. It's just, that's a really good team. That's just a really good team. They got a good defense, explosive offense. I think that team's every bit as good as any other team in the league. I think you're catching some value here with them coming off a loss. Are they really going to lose 2 in a row? I don't think they are. The Miami Dolphins scored, 50 points on the Ravens at home? I exaggerate. I know it was something like 42 maybe. But still, and I think the Bills are better than the Dolphins. So I think the Bills are going to run up a number. Well, I don't know where the Ravens defense went, but I don't think they have much of one. So I think the Bills are going to run up a number. It's going to be, could be sloppy down there. Could be sloppy, but I still think that, I'm not going to get cute on this one. I think we're just going to go with the better team. That's the Bills. They're going to find a way to muck it up. I don't know how sloppy it's going to be, frankly. You might check your weather forecast there. But this could be like 9-0 Bills, So, or it could be 42-35 Bills. I don't know, but I'm just taking the Bills. What are the Broncos doing as an underdog to the Raiders? Why are the Raiders favored against anybody? We believe in the Bill Parcells theory here in the Sports Barn. You are what your record says you are, and the Raiders stink. So why is Derek Carr favored over Russell Wilson? What? I don't get that at all. We're going ahead and take those points from the Raiders with the Broncos. We're going to do that. This is one of these teams that I probably have an unreasonable love affair with that has not made me any money. But we love Matt Rule, coach of the Panthers. The guy's just a fantastic college coach, which probably is our problem in that it ain't college anymore, it's the pros, and he hadn't been great yet in the pros. But, sometimes you ain't great until you're great, and maybe this is the year he breaks through. We like him. We're just basically going as a coaching advantage here, that we're not Kingsbury fans. We're not sold on him. Only laying 1 point at home, the Panthers. We're going to go ahead there with the home team and the Panthers. And then last but not least, the huge unbelievably jihugent Sunday night game with the defending. That's not true. It seems like it's true, but it's not. The Buccaneers and the Chiefs, a rematch of the Super Bowl from 2 years ago. And, whoa, that's huge. I mean, I lost track. I get these, my phone, I guess it's news to me because I'm old and I'm not up with the technology. But my phone always is buzzing, always buzzing, telling me things. And it buzzed here and it said, the whole world's sad about Tom and Giselle, and then that was all it fit on the screen. I'm like, oh, did they break up? Did they? I don't care. I don't think it matters. He might play better if his wife left him. I mean, he might be like, it's like the old joke. No matter how hot some woman is, somewhere there's some guy that's tired of banging her. So he might just have had enough. And he just is like, you know what? I want to do what I want to do. I don't want to be a stay-at-home dad. You know how many stay-at-home dads there are? They're gabillions. You know how many greatest quarterbacks of all time there are? There's me. That's it. One. I don't want to give that up just to go do what any old schlub could do. Honestly, I could kind of see that way of thinking. As a schlub, I could think it's like, just for a day or two, I'd like to be the best at something. I'm the greatest, whatever the hell it is, just for a couple days. Well, there's Tom Brady. He's the greatest quarterback ever. And he wants to keep being the greatest quarterback ever. So, and that's why we're taking the Buccaneers largely, because we just think it's going to be a repeat of the not close Super Bowl from 2 years ago. What's different? Are the Chiefs going to block for Mahomes? I don't know. They sure as hell didn't in that Super Bowl. I'm pretty confident that Andy's not going to get anywhere near Tom Brady. That he's going to get to sit back there and eat his sandwich and eat an apple and just dink, dunk, dink, dink, dink. Andy has all kind of trouble with Tom Brady. That's my impression. I didn't look up the history, but I don't think Andy's been able to handle Brady in his career, and don't really see him handling it here. So that's our picks. We got Cowboys, Eagles, Browns, Bills, Broncos, Panthers, Buccaneers, and then you can go ahead if you like baseball and throw down on the Atlanta Braves to win that huge game on Sunday night. So lots and lots of sports action tomorrow, all day, huge games all day long. Hey, good stuff. Now check out the PoliticsBarn on Rumble. Make sure you subscribe on Rumble because we're trying to get more than 4 views on Rumble. Otherwise, the YouTube wins. The overeducated twits on YouTube that don't want you to talk, they'll win. And I don't think they should win. So, PoliticsBarn, all one word. That's our handle on Rumble. That video is coming up now. Thanks for being here, and we'll talk again. Eric Arnold signing off.